How are you? It is me, Angie, here from Learn Love Tarot, hopefully to bring you messages of direction for your best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the planetary aspects surrounding us. How the planets are positioned in the sky now is how they are talking to our own personal birth charts. So that's what we're going to be looking at today with the transits, as well as I want to refer back to yesterday's messages on the link in the description box there for this reading. You can find, if let me get it on camera here, if you happen to be a Life Path 8, that information is there for you, as well as a copy of my notes with today's numbers that we're repeating. If you have a Virgo moon or where Virgo is sitting in your chart, Virgo just entered there around 2 o'clock here this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. So I have do's and don'ts every time the moon shifts so that we know what kind of energy we're looking at. And then yesterday, I posted a copy of the cards that I pulled since I wasn't available for a live reading. And this is the Cosmos today, just so you can kind of see what's going on. I have all the asteroids, and if you're pretty familiar with your chart, you can use these to look at the degrees of the planets that are sitting in your chart and compare them here with the Sabian symbols divined in 1925 in the sky. They show up somehow, some way. And then for those of you, I have had some questions about what is the difference between a kite and a yod. And they're my fun notes, like I'd be writing on the board. So the kite versus the yard description, the yod description is there. And then I forgot to show you guys. So that reading that I pulled the initiation. I know you've seen that crossing card before, but look what was on my screensaver. So in case you haven't already seen my notes from today, I could not believe it yesterday. And then I promptly forgot to include it on there to show you guys. But I thought that was so cool. And I feel like most of the energy is still playing out from yesterday. I had so many channeled notes. So I just wanted to review the few songs that we got, because yesterday added to a 34 years ago is 1991. What was you doing? What was you doing in 1991? Because this is special, because these are both 10. So not only is it a palindrome, we're still referring to the 1010 portal that we just had. And what I feel like this energy is showing up for us to use. The 1991 was a 1010 portal year, and that's a 20. So that makes the energy, if your birth date adds up to a 20 before reducing to 2 plus 0 is 2, that's a special path. There's only 3. There's one today, which I'll describe in a second. If you're a 20, then that's a special path of notoriety. If your birthday adds up to a 21, that is a special year of connection. We only had 2 of the 3 for this whole entire month. So that portal energy showed up again and again. There were so many synchronicities in the 3 songs, all very different. The first one was Bob Seger, Turn the Page. And the second one, I don't even know why, the Outcast song called Hey Ya, if you remember that. That was written in 2000. So again, we're coming back down to this High Priestess energy of the 2. And in 1991, while you guys are sharing there, Brandy was born. You were 10 in 1991. Okay. I was thinking you were more around my age there. I was not 10. I was 1991. I was 9. So I'm right there with you. But 1991, that was my first time in New Zealand. So good thing I wasn't 10, right? But I was traveling 32 hours by myself to New Zealand for the first time. And I'd only ever been to Florida for spring break with the girls. I see here. So here my ass is flying. I'm like, and what are they going to do about it? I had my own apartment at that point. So the third song as I was writing about the chariot energy, let me take my Farzy Oasis off here. I was getting suddenly the Billy Ocean song. And when I asked ALEXA to play it, he started playing the one with Olivia Newton John. And I was like, I thought that they did a duet together, but it wasn't. Olivia Newton-John did it in 1980, and that was a different song. It wasn't the lyrics that I got, but they came in for a reason. And you'll see that her death date was actually the 8/8 portal. And Doug was a big, huge, crazy fan, I know, of Olivia Newton-John. He had every single album. So I felt like he was giving us a little nod there and a little hello. And we had that ocean theme come back in Olivia's song. So even though it was Billy Ocean, in Olivia's song, she said, suddenly the wheels are in motion and I'm ready to sail any ocean with you. So I guess that's technically four songs there that were really influencing the notes yesterday. And then when I went through the lyrics, have you guys ever seen the lyrics to Outcast, that Hey Ya song? It's all just such a fast, happy song, right? But what got me yesterday was a chariot day and the tower energy of suddenly, right? That Hey Ya song says, but your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, 16 the tower. Oh, sorry, this is the Seeger one. And there's nothing there to do. You don't feel much like riding. You just wish the trip was through. So those of you that have felt like you've been on a lunar coaster that you just want to get off of, you might be just wishing the trip was through. And the lyrics, here I am on the road again, chariot energy. And there I go playing the star again. So I was getting all these stars. There's several in the notes, which is today's energy. The Hey Ya, you think you've got it. Ooh, you think you've got it, but got it, just don't get it. So maybe someone has thought up to this time, they got it, but you're going, you don't get it yet. You don't get it yet. But got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes love the exception? Why are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here? So I was like, that song says that. It sounds a lot happier than that, but they all three came together, and even two of the three songs were 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So we had that double number of the 55. And then the Wheel of Fortune energy of October just keeps showing up over and over and over again. So with that, today's energy goes back to 1990. That's when I graduated. And that was a special year of cycles. So because 1990 is 1 + 9 + 9, that's 19. So not only do we have that would normally just break down to the 10 of Wheel of Fortune and then the 1 of the Magician energy, we keep the energy of 19, which is of the sun. It's the happiest card in the deck. 1972, that's when I was born. I know that is a special 19 year as well as 1990. So I think that's really interesting that that was birth year, graduation year. And today's notes are mostly just about the astrology. So you can catch up here and see how that's affecting your chart. And then here is our tarot story in the sky, what all those deacons of the planets are sitting in. So you can get a general idea. And if you're seeing cards come out over and over again, I always find that that's the story in the sky. So Miss Tucka, there you are. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Kaylee. Miss Monica, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Brandy, Crystal, and Miss Marcia Salty Mama. Love you guys. Thank you, Miss Jude. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Miss Peg, I know you're probably doing 5 million things. There's Jennifer. You were 23 in 1991. Yeah, I was go. I was flying on airplanes and I had no business. Oh man, those are some stories. I'll save that for another time. That's okay. There's Miss Kath. Thank you, thank you. And Diana's coming. She's got some car stuff to finish up, and then she will be here. So let's go ahead and see what the Mount St. Helens is going on with going from turn the page. I feel like that's it's this one life into the next life, or old thinking to new thinking. The A's and B's for all of you could be very different, or we could all be experiencing the same thing. So we shall see where we go. I think I'll go ahead and pull out my trusty shaman's oracle here, what wanted to be left behind. Gathering around, that was on the bottom of the deck, that 26 or 8 energy of today. And before I even shuffle, there's the Wheel of Fortune energy of the Fates, skywriting. So speaking of Miss Kath, I don't know if you've seen your messages yet in the sky, but that's showing up there on the bottom for you. Did I miss an Abby? My sister's name. Oh, it's my sister. Everybody say hello to Abby. I think it's her first time being able to catch a live. She's usually working her patootie off. I love her so much. We are exactly 10 years apart and not quite an entire month. So she's the 12th and I'm the 21st, but 10 years different. So yeah, thank you guys for being so welcoming to everybody that comes in. I love you so much. I appreciate you. So let's see what this turn the page energy is that turned into hey ya and suddenly. So maybe suddenly this new meaning of life comes in for us. Our hand is open to receive. The universe is your partner. It's a 31 energy or an energy of 4. And I spoke on Monday in that reading about the 4 points on a piece of graph paper. It's the first time you can make a square and a structure, but it's also the first time that you can create a circle in geometry. So we can stay rigid within those 4 walls, or we can learn to flow with water and ride that lunar coaster wherever she gonna take us. Okay. Speaking of water, here's the deep dive energy of Scorpio diving into a task. And there's our number 10 right there, Wheel of Fortune energy again. Movement towards adventure. And a 50 is a change with the 0 that is protected by the universe, as is this new start. So we've got that double water energy here. We do still have Mars and Mercury and Black Moon Lilith. She been stirring up some trouble in that water energy, as well as Jupiter in Cancer, Pisces in the North Node, and also Daddy Saddy wanting to get his paddle out and whoop us if we're not learning our lessons and not in a fun way. And then we have so much water. We got a lot of air as well. So discovering our own uniqueness. And before I forget, it's not until 1:42 this morning. So that's going to be a 7 or the chariot energy. We have the sun squaring um, Jupiter. And normally a square is conflict, right? It's when, if you could imagine two people on either side of a square trying to push it with the same intensity, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't budge. It's learning through challenge. However, because it's Jupiter and the sun energy, we have that cycle energy of 1990 being the happiest card in the deck. And it's like the sunshine is getting ready to drop right in your hands, guys. Here, the universe is your partner. We've been talking about manifesting with feelings, using our water energy, going with the flow, focusing on the feelings that we do want to feel and not on the ones that we don't. Lastly, if you were there for the last time we did charms, not this past Monday, but information of this in the symbol of an autumn leaf. I'm bringing this up because this is where this energy is squaring. So this is the energy of the sun. And then we'll have Cancer energy, the dark mantle or our own shadows suddenly thrown over our right shoulder. So feeling these mysteries as a rush of spiritual empowerment. I'd say that looks like a rush of spiritual empowerment getting ready to drop right in your hands. Uh, that's what that looks like. And if you do remember when the charm came out on the water signs of that little leaf, and I said you might see a random leaf. I know Kaylee sent me a picture. There, she found her one random leaf. It ended up coming out in the reading, which it often does, which I find delightful. But instead of being conflict, this is one that reorients us. It works things out. It knows how to manifest properly with feeling. It knows that, hey, if I've got to get out of the habit of that stinking thinking or negative Nelly energy, it took me like a whole year, you guys, to stop myself and to go, look, let me back that ass up. Let me back my mouth up. And it took quite a while to stop myself because it was such a habit of going, well, nothing ever, blah, blah, blah. It takes some time. You've got to recreate new neural pathways in the brain. It takes time, patience, temperance energy. It happens over time. So let's see what is going on here. I think because we've got our moon energy finally moving back into Virgo. Right. There you are. We go old school. Going to pull our old school deck. All right, let's see. This has been a hot minute. Here's the communication that came out in the reading that I posted for you guys to try and check out your own intuition, try to create your own story of what you thought that story was. So, card before the shuffle, um, Spirit knows when I'm going to pull what cards I pull. Even if I don't, I pull them in the moment. So, Eight of Wands is fast, passionate communication. And I was just talking about Mercury and Scorpio. And that's kind of like having the humility to realize I thought I knew a lot, but I know nothing. And here's that information coming through, which this is our Pisces energy of the North Node, the enlightenment energy, the spiritual enlightenment. So you could be getting communication or new gifts. I got a little ear beepy when I was talking or when I was making shorts and saw where I said doing a walk in the woods, a spirit walk, and ask what gifts does spirit have to bring you today? And I got my ear beepy. So that was like, yes, that's right. Keep getting that message out. Now, Five of Swords is when we are doing things like gaslighting our own selves and saying, I hate when fill in the blanks, or so and so always leaves, or whatever that is, whatever lies we've been telling ourselves because of our past experiences. So, they don't have to be lies, but when you keep reiterating that energy that you don't want, it's going to keep cycling through, right? So, this Page of Cups, maybe someone is making an apology, more Pisces energy there. Pages are really just the sign or the element, so water energy. So maybe you're like, that was a kind of a childish apology, or maybe somebody did something that was just really stupid. It's kind of play stupid games, get stupid prizes energy, and someone's like, yeah, sorry about that. It wasn't at my best. You could be thinking that somebody's just flirting with you and they're just playing games. They're not being serious, but you don't know that. Maybe they were. Maybe it was just a sign to wake you up and to go, okay, still got it. All right. And I know y'all do. Ten of Pentacles and Page of Swords energy. So, couple different pages. Again, all Mercury. Um, Having the humility to realize how little we could ever No, that Mercury energy is getting ready to hit the next Sabian symbol, which is a girl's face breaking into a smile. It becomes intuitively clear that all things in life can be seen as a mirror of who we are and how we are. Our macro is affected by our own micro. It is never the other way around. Okay. When we start to change and shift our energies, the energies start to shift around us. So I feel like this is what this is leading up to here in the energy. But let's see, yeah, instead of cycling back through the same old Bobby Boucher bullshit, as I like to say, of maybe how we're viewing love, especially with seeing the chariot come up so much, and also the balance of the yin and yang energy of that little reflection. That's divine timing activated. When we are aligned, then everything starts going in motion. 10 of Wands, you're getting ready to put down some kind of burden, some kind of thought pattern. Went from the 9 to the 10. This is the outside of the Led Zepp 4 album. There's that 4 again. And the inside is the Hermit. This can be like, I picture my kids at school going, why you have to do so much? Why you got to be extra, Mizzo? You always doing the most. So if you're always doing the most, maybe it's taken us a little bit longer to get somewhere, or that's just the way we've always done it, right? This steady energy. Well, that's just how I plotted through. That's the kings are fixed energy, so that'd be Turian energy. They don't much appreciate the change ups. So let's see where we go. And any cards that are coming out as side messages, we will pay extra attention to if they come out in the general reading. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. I love being in your guys' energy, and it just helps me out so much here. And we've got the sun in reverse. All right, who's this Five of Swords? This is that uh Five of Cups, 55. There was two 55s yesterday, and there was one today. So we're this is focusing on past, guys. Five of Cups, fixed Scorpio energy, and we've got fixed Leo here. And we see all this water showing up. Whatever your words are, those are your spells. Those are your pentacles that you place into your wishing well. So with the moon in its waning position, once we hit 315 degrees, it's no longer considered third quarter. This is just now happening. It's about what does our soul need to release? What do we need to surrender? We need to rest, heal, and daydream. On that spirit walk, if you're saying, what gifts does spirit have for me? Look at the animals. Look at anything out of place that you notice. I like to ask, okay, whatever day it is, if it's a green heart chakra day, show me something green that's out of place. And then that way you notice it. Google the animals once you get home, any animals that you see on that journey. So this is like spirit's confirmation of if we want to move into the future and cross that bridge into the initiation, we've got to get our mind right about these thoughts first, okay? Or else that's what we're going to pull right into our hands. And this is really important here about diving deeper. Maybe we don't even notice. Maybe we don't even notice the things that we think or say and how those end up coming to us. More Let's see, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be Capricorn holding back. What are we holding back on? Our own magic. Okay. This is all four aces of potential. And it's just like by thinking of the past, you're not turning towards your potential. You're not crossing the bridge. You're not taking that initiation energy and allowing the portal to help push us through to the other side. That's where the money is. Okay, that's where more time, energy, resources are available for you. And this is justice energy. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but this is what goes around comes around energy. This is the scales of justice, right? It's part of the fates energy, the three sisters that weigh our fate. It's input, output. It's not personal. It's just vibration of us inside is what we are vibrating out. And that's what comes back to us. Okay. And I'm getting the Billy Ocean, wake up suddenly and you're in love. And then I just look at Apollo, the sun god, and the symbol of a teacher of chemistry. Wake up suddenly, you're in love. Shifting the reality of, okay, that's why, thank you, Spirit. Shifting the reality of our feelings and situations magically. Saw that magician, right? All right. See where we go. I feel like if you're here, we know this, right? And we this just a habit. We've got to break ourselves of the habit. You're changing brain patterns. It's not. It takes time. Okay. So King of Cups here, more Pisces. Excuse me, more Scorpio energy. Boy, Scorpio's kind of taken over. I mean, it is a fixed energy, and it's to me, it's fiery water energy. It's that combination of fire and water, because if you're lucky to get deep enough, to go deep enough with the Scorpio, like surface crap just ain't gonna cut it. I got a Scorpio moon and I cannot stand talking about the weather or surface level shit. You guys know I dig deep and I get nosy. Um, that's just the way I be. I'm gonna keep digging into the energy and until I feel like we've got the story here. So here's this energy of the past. Again, this could be this is someone that we've had many stories with, we've had many experiences with, can be past life soul tie, lower vibration of the lover's energy. That's a huge energy. Okay. So this person could be saying, can we start over? John Lennon's starting over song. There's a lot of jealousy, strife, and competition. Could have been some bitter words. And guys, this can even be a family member or a best friend. It doesn't always have to, I don't want to alienate people that aren't in current relationships. But this is looking like here with that Libra energy of the Queen of Swords, that's discernment. Okay. And if we're having these warring thoughts and then they're coming to us and our actions is, an action is speaking, it's really hard to step forward and use that discernment when we feel like we're struggling all the time. Right. So this could even be someone saying, um, you know, I'm really sorry about the way that I spoke because of all that Mercury communication energy. Maybe you're having to stand your ground, and maybe you done have had it with this, and you're tired of having to stand your ground and push back. It doesn't feel you're like energy in, energy out. If I'm giving more or it's just not imbalance anymore, this five of change, wake up, suddenly you're in love. Turn the page. Okay, maybe it's just time to turn the page. And here's the two cups. When we look at those two cups behind us and use that portal energy to shift to the other side, we are starting to grow something new. It's just wait and find out, because now we are manifesting from a different place. And that King of Cups in reverse, that is someone that has not been diplomatic. That has been someone that has not been fair. And traditional tarot here in this Rider Waite deck, the sea is very stormy, but he's like, ain't gonna catch me riding dirty. You know where that came from. So King of Cups in reverse might be riding dirty. Is this someone riding dirty in their chariot? I don't know. Uh, it may be. Ace of Swords there. They're like, what even is that song? Bitch me running. They see me rolling. Who sings that? Somebody help me out there. That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever got that one. Did you catch somebody riding dirty, or is your mind riding dirty on you and taking us places that we don't want to go? Okay. We don't have to be, remember that leaf. It's not that just we're just in the stream. Oh, well, I guess I'm just going to go where life takes me. No, we've got to be the ones that are commandeering that leaf and going, "No, I'm going to go this way." Okay. That might have been some stinging words there with those jellyfish showing up. I know I have made a graphic before on jellyfish energy. And if you have found yourself single here from your fears, maybe you're like, yep, been listening, been doing that, been really watching my words. We see that there's just energy that we have been, that's our fears, right? It's mostly our mind plays tricks on us and tells us we can't do something when we can. Fearing walking away from what isn't serving us. Hey, yeah, right? Yeah. Guys, if you've had to let go of energies that just were not in balance to your own, it is scary. I mean, it is. We saw the 2 cups show up. It's time to enter that portal into a new way. And it just takes us longer if we have to figure out how the heck we've been shooting our own selves in the foot. 10 of Pentacles there. Why is it stopping halfway? Do you get halfway to something and then stop? There's the Knight of Cups. That horse is standing still. That knight, that is Pisces energy. The knights are mutable. The Pisces North Node is an entertainer, teacher, and priest, a gigantic tent. I'll save the jokes. Okay, King of Swords. I know a King of Swords with a gigantic. Okay. So yeah, thought. This is all thoughts, guys. Repeating 99. This cannot be one anymore. And like I said, it takes patience, it takes time, temperance energy. We've got to alchemize those 3 cups that he's focusing on in order to change the alchemy of our 1 cup. This is, it's changing from lead into gold, one into another, and there's the 2 of Cups that are in his hands. To bring in this balanced energy that matches you, it is in your hands. And it's definitely going to involve the truth of our own thoughts and how they've kept us stuck in a pattern because we've convinced ourselves that we can't do something or that we should stay at XYZ job, whatever that is. Okay. Uh, it's time. We've been seeing that Ace of Swords constantly. Let's get a few more. There's the new way of manifesting there correctly, waiting for that ship to come in, feeling the feelings that you do want to have and not just sticking together. Okay. And what do you say? If nothing is forever, then what makes loving special? Okay. Well, self love is part of that. We're like, that's our, we're ready to go here. Wow. Oh, and our Wheel of Fortune. That is divine timing. When your yin and yang is balanced, what you've been asking for comes in because you dared to go on that 10 and dive deeper and go, oh, it be me. Okay. My words have been riding dirty, Ange, and that's what I've been calling in. We all do it. It's part of the spiritual journey. It's part of the process of learning how to not do that, right? We don't want to be gaslighting ourselves or telling ourselves we can't change, or I'm too old to have an adventure. Bolsheviks. Okay. So, that reading that I posted, I'm so glad I posted those for you. I believe it was a whole different deck. And if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look. Somebody can look for me from yesterday. Whole different deck. And the querent was King of Swords and Wheel of Fortune, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was the exact same freaking thing, if you can believe that. Wow. Okay. Let's see what's fueling that new truth. Oh boy, here's our fives again of change. So, more Scorpio energy, diving deep. By me focusing on this, I ain't getting that. I gotta cross a bridge. I got to take that portal energy so that this divine timing, so that what I have wanted all along, you've got to tell the universe, you got to be specific, you got to do it with feeling. Okay. Otherwise, if you say, I want $100 and you got 100 deer in your yard the next morning, don't be mad. Kind of like that. I know it's a silly example, but that's how it works. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to put this guy up here, fueling those two energies when we shift this and we walk there. Divine timing is activated. Empress energy in the environment. This is all Venus. Like I was saying, there, that love energy. She's at home. She's in her domicile. Love it. Position 2, situation, world. 21. It's a special path of connection. Once you do this, and once we focus here, across that bridge is the energetic matches. Okay. It just starts fall, the pentacles fall from the sky when you are focusing on your cups, when you're focusing on your heart. What's fueling that? We knew Empress energy is ending something. So could be ending some kind of way that we love. I've been seeing a lot of the um, codependency. It can be that Five of Swords too. I've got to stay. I should stay. That's when we try to make the environment, a person, or a situation change for us so that we can be okay. Um, Grew up a lot seeing that just because women didn't have the ability to have their own empire. We see that nowadays, but 1972, when I was born, speaking of a 19 year of cycles, that was the first year women could have credit cards. And when I taught my students that, you should have seen the look on their faces. I mean, I remember having to call my grandpa when going shopping with my grandma and having to call the house to see if we could get stuff at Lazarus, which was a department store. You had to get permission, okay, which is crazy, right? The opportunity here is the moon to choose, do we feed fear or do we feed joy? It's always a choice. Love is a choice. Okay, but if we've not been matched in vibration and that's been pulling down our energy, we still have to accept responsibility for the truth of that. And right above the King of Swords here is a butterfly of transformation. So I like that that's on the original deck. What's fueling the moon? Okay, so moon is confusing emotions. Which way do I go, George? Which path do I take? What path do I choose, this or that? And that's literally the minor arcana of that emotional fragmentation. Yeah, but what if there's a snake in that one instead of the castle that he's walking towards? I promise you, when you're going towards your truth, the universe unfolds for you. And if we are still settling, okay, or we are too fearful to make the change that would put us in a higher vibration. Um, that's that same kind of fear, right? That's that devil energy we saw on the pre shuffle. Too afraid to turn and walk in that direction, to turn the page. Uh, Recent past, if you've been hermiting yourself away, that might be a way to know that this reading is for you. Of course, we just left the ninth month of Virgo energy, and we have the South Node in Virgo. It's our past, our karma for the good and positive and the negative. Whatever that is settled each lifetime. So I'm looking at somebody here who has taken the time to examine their truth and how they have stopped change or these double fives from happening. They haven't wanted to spin the wheel, but it looks like you're getting about to, because the situation is about to come to a close here, turn the page. Heart of the reading. I think this is our third time seeing the King of Pentacles in the heart of the reading. What is this all about? Stubbornness, stuckness, Taurus energy. The world is daddy saddy, the lesson. So with Saturn and this 21 energy, the reason 20 is so important, 10 and 10 here of judgment energy, is if we don't make the right choice, the wheel of fortune spits us back down and we got to start over at the Fool. Okay. And then we got to try to go through the Fool's journey again to get to the point of judgment and order. When we make that decision, then we get to end the cycle. Okay. What is fueling the past energy? Yeah. You're looking at examining what you've had to fight so hard for, where you've had to stand your ground. Maybe I'm looking at a team member here, part of our tribe, or just the tribe energy in general, learning how to erect boundaries. That's a hard one. I did not see that uh, growing up, and that because it's just not the way it was, right? It's just there were roles, very defined roles, and you kind of get what you get and didn't throw a fit. I don't think that can stand anymore. Heart of the environmental energy, 10 of Pentacles. I believe we've saw this exact same thing, guys. This is crazy. The odds of that happening, that's pretty surreal. I'm going to scoot and scrunch these guys over here so we can get all concentrated in here for you. The only thing with the double screen is that I can't easily squeeze everything in as well. Okay, so this is definitely something coming to a close here. This is established energy once again. And 10 of Pentacles will be mutable Virgo here. These are all connected. Turning the page from, maybe this is even just retirement, or we're getting around, around of a certain age of experience here. And we want to do something differently. Let's see what's the near future. Somebody's becoming single here. If you're not already, the Nine of Pentacles is a very singular energy. She doesn't need anyone. She is successful in her own right. I mean, she has a damn falcon, so she's pretty freaking cool in the first place. What's fueling this minor arcana Empress energy? Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords traditionally is not, I know people have made it evil, but this is about trying to keep the peace. Okay. He's stealing these swords from the army camp so that they can't use them to hurt other people. But again, it's like if I have to stop other people from hurting me, that's still codependency. I'm trying to make them and form them the way I want in order for me to be okay, right? But why are we not okay? That's the hard part, is to turn around and do something that is okay with us. That's a lot of guilt, okay? We're We're not living our soul's purpose. We're not doing what we came here to do, which is be true, which is to be true to ourselves and true to our soul's calling. That's what the first Sabian symbol is about, planting the seed. And then 360 symbols later in Pisces, it's becoming what we set out here to be. It's where the North Node of Destiny is sitting. Seven of Swords also, he's trying to take all seven, but he can't carry them with them. There's just some things, guys, that we can't take with us on this next leg of the journey. Can't take those thought patterns. We can't keep trying, again, fitting the square peg into a round hole since Monday. We can't keep doing that. Oh, maybe it'll fit now. Maybe this, maybe that. Well, maybe I can, see if that work, they can change my workout, but they're not changing your work hours. It's still not working for you, whatever this is. We've got a 77 there with these double sevens and the opportunity and near future. Okay, so we have to take away three sevens actually. We have to take with us. We got to know where to erect those boundaries. And then we've also got to have boundaries for ourselves. How are we still trying to control things outside of us that are not in our control? That's not what the universe had in mind, right? We are manifesting for our own souls. And if those people, places, and things are meant to be along for the ride with us, they will be. But if they riding dirty and it's keeping your soul behind, it's not for the best and highest good, at least not of you. Okay. Let's look here at the block. King of Cups again, that came out sideways, and I just said right dirty. Oh, I was making a joke, but I mean, even my jokes come out in the cards, you guys. I don't know why, they just do. So not using diplomacy, not being balanced, not wanting to see the truth of why is divine timing not being activated? Why is this not happening yet? Why is this? I've been manifesting like crazy, Ange, but why isn't it coming in? Well, is that really your truth, or are we still trying to change the scenery and then claiming confusion? It's about our own self and our own balance. House reverse is out of balance. Okay. Fueling the King of Cups in reverse, bottom of the deck, top of the deck. So this came out in reverse as well when we were just looking at the shuffle. So those are the little mini messages before. Wish fulfillment is sitting right here, but we're required to take a different path. We're required to turn the page on whatever's trying to close out, lest that 1010 portal energy closes out and we got to wait a whole nother year for it to come back around. It's the hand that's helping us along. If we want the most ease and grace, this is the time, especially while Venus is in her domicile. It's scary to make change, guy. It is. It is scary. What spirit wants you to know is go after this with passion. Okay. Suddenly wake up, suddenly you're in love. Uh, just might be as soon as you turn this path, it might even be that fast that we leave all these sevens behind. 3 sevens is 21. The environment's trying to get us to leave behind what's no longer needed. Take the lessons and leave the rest, because the cards are, the energy's here. That means it's available to you. Doesn't matter that it's in the block position. That's a choice. You guys hear me okay? It looks like my interwebs is cutting in and out here. I just because it keeps blinking on me. So let me double check my mic here. It's all right. Okay. That's all right. Let's see here what's driving this Knight of Wands Saggy energy could be when this turn the page fully takes place, or even when this happiness or the Sun and King of Cups gets uprighted. What is fair to both? What is fair and just? I ain't making this shit up. You going towards passion enacts that soul's journey. And I just posted a short of your two souls chose this decision point. So what's driving this passion is this past life soulmate energy. Little mini bikini here, given some privacy. Guys, how long have I been saying it? Saggy time. Wow. Okay. Outcome, wish fulfillment, another singular energy, 99. 99 is 18 here of the moon in the near future. We got to choose. It's time to make this choice lest we be towered into it. I don't want to go kicking and screaming anywhere. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, this is 10 here in the environmental energy. I mean, it's past time. Happiness is waiting. This is going to spark your passion and creativity again. And this, we've got to kind of get out of this humdrum of the way that we've always done things, Taurus, because that's just the way I've always done it. Very risk averse. It's the opposite sign of Scorpio. Scorpio eats change for breakfast. And if we want what's coming to us, if we want the energy to shift, uh, it comes from us, and it's comes from focusing on what it is and knowing that, hey, I deserve this new start. I deserve to have an equal partnership, or I deserve a pay raise. Whatever this is a big time. This is a big lesson. Okay. Feeling the Nine of Cups is the Four of Swords. We're healing our independence here. It feels like this is like it. Do you feel guilty? If this reading is for you, you have to let me know. This is near future energy, so of course we have free will. But if there's a guilt associated with your own happiness, maybe you didn't know that that was passed down to you. Well, I never get to have fun, and I never get to have anything nice, or money doesn't grow on trees. Like, then that's exactly what you're gonna pull from the universe and right into your hands. Our thoughts become things. We're healing this guilt about our own happiness. And in order for the dark days to be over, when this Sag energy started to be channeled in for me, that Florence and the Machine, the two horses joining together, they are like the King of Cups in alignment with head and heart. And here we have heart and head right here. I know the right thing to do. I know the truth. I've done a lot of thinking back and looking back on this. It's awful nice here, staying where it's nice and secure, though, in this sameness. And I don't think Scorpio energy is going to be having it. It just doesn't. Um, Transforming our baser instincts. So if we grew up feeling like it was selfish for ourselves to be happy, or we just witnessed, um, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, doesn't matter. It was kind of the norm. You just dealt with it. You just raised the kids. You didn't have interests outside the house because you didn't have any damn time for yourself, right? It was just the way it was. And we cannot even realize that we've been perpetuating that because it just felt normal to take care of another person who wasn't offering us the same balanced energy back. 'Cause it feels guilty to, it feels like this feels like a, well, that would be so selfish, Ange. Actually, it's not, because when you are in your own wish fulfillment, when you are your happiest and most radiant, that vibration itself affects everybody around you. Okay, that's going to be sent out as a physics signal. It's not personal, it's just the energy you're emitting. Output, input, output, input. It's all cyclical. Okay, and we should not feel guilty for our own happiness. We just shouldn't. Don't need to sacrifice everything for our kids. You know, we had to learn to do for ourselves, and I value that. I look back now like it was tough, but being a latch kid had our generation, I mean, we were tough. We just figured it out. But maybe we also just never thought about, well, how do I get to that happiness part? Maybe we never saw that. Maybe we never witnessed what that was, or maybe it was just, oh, happiness is a nuclear family. Everybody stays together. Well, I'll tell you what, kids would rather be from a broken home than live in one. And this is a mother and child here in a stained glass window. Knight of Swords, this healing, once you get yourself happy, it's not selfish because it affects everyone around you. How's that selfish? You're sharing your fishbowl of vibration with them. Okay. And we want to make sure that what we're sharing and what we're modeling is that, you know what, sometimes mommies and daddies have to do hard things. Mm, it's your new start again. The power in your hands this whole entire. Just had to put on your fancy red robe or your red crown or click your damn red heels. Get the hell out of whatever it is that has held you fast, that you've had to stand your ground on, that is so comfortable. I get it. In there. I my first actually would have been second engagement at the ripe age of 20. I could have had everything I wanted. I got to build my own house. I was bored as fuck. It was boring. I was like, you know what? I cannot pack a damn peanut butter jelly sandwich, a Diet Coke, an apple, and a peanut butter Cliff Bar in a brown paper sack. It was like this. Didn't want any other kind of lunch. I was like, I cannot do this one more day. I know that sounds silly, but we need emotional stimulation. We need intellectual stimulation. We need actual stimulation. Is it just comfortable, or do we not believe in our own? We think our happiness is selfish, then that needs to be healed. You gotta, wow. You're successful in your own right. Nine of Pentacles goes to Queen of Pentacles, goes to Empress. She's right here. Venus is here to help bring this abundance to us. If not now, when? My word. Stuff. See that shit? 1111. That is equal action of one-to-one partnership on both sides, whatever label you put it on, what you put on it. Passion leads you to this balance. It's just and fast, fast, fast. The faster that you manifest from a place of abundance and a place of feeling of your worth, not your guilt, faster this comes to you. Wheel of Fortune is only ever turns in our favor if our own yin and yang within is balanced, then the macro will reflect that. Whatever this is, guys, this is a chance to end for Venus to end this cycle for us. And it'll happen, it'll be fast. Can we get any what are I mean, everybody's fears are different. I just I am dying for us to be getting I've been this is the oldest deck I have. Well, maybe not the oldest deck I have, but it's pretty damn old. Um, it doesn't matter what deck I use. You've seen these cards come out over and over and over again. It's in the collective energy. There needs to be this collective shift because if we are not happy, and our light is what helps change the vibrational frequency of others, that's what we need to bring our responsibility to here. I'm asking, what are we so afraid of? Going fast and then nothing? Well, yeah, Ange, but what if I allow my night to end this cycle and my passion's ignited and I'm manifesting and what if it takes too long to get here? Well, this is the most capable knight, and even though he's on a geriatric horse and he's going to be slow to get there, this is I see it, I want it, it's mine. He already the knight is here for you. Spirit saying you just got to use that spark of passion. Follow your passion, your yellow solar plexus. Look at all the yellow here. It doesn't matter how long it takes because if your vibration is changed, it will come. If you have elevated your thoughts and your words, I mean, outcome, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, you're going to be okay. Feels to me like a guilt for feeling that you want to make yourself happy here. It may take a while for you to get into this King of Wands, this Leo energy of the sun. That's okay. One step at a time is still a step forward. Here and here, yes, swords, remember guys, it's not just heartache, it's swords, it's thoughts, it's words. It's the fear of our words to somebody else or somebody else's words to us. What will people think? Spirit's trying to help you move into calmer waters. The universe is your partner, but you got to be the one to get on the horse. And you've got to be the one, we've got to be the ones to follow that passion. This is just a fear, right? The devil, they're not really chained, they're chained to each other. It's the sister card to the lovers, it's the shadow of the lovers, the imbalance. Fears stops the lovers every time. This is what's trying to come in, and this is what's stopping it. But now, when? Just for kicks and giggles, like carry a little sticky notepad with you, or just, I guess, use your phone. Hello, Ange. Just kind of note for yourself how many negative thoughts am I having in a day? How many times have I told myself that I'm not blank enough? If we've been saying that for years, then it's become more than just a pattern. This is a belief. Got to get those thoughts to calmer waters, guys. And there's a 6, so 66, and we've got this 15 energy of the 6. It's just a fear. It's just a fear. You're not chained to this fear. You can change it. Okay. It's going to be different for everyone, obviously. Is there? Okay, Knight of Pentacles again. This has been going on for a long time. And it takes however long it's taken. We can at least take half the time to get over something, right? Than for the years that it took to get there. Take half of those many years just to heal it. But confusion, we can't be confused about our truth. That's manifesting 101. What do you want? I know a lot of people would not be able to answer the question if a genie popped up right now. Can you write down 3 wishes? If we can't think of any wishes that we would make instantly, we may not even realize we have this guilt or this fear associated with getting what would make us happy. Taught that sacrifice is love. Codependency. It's red and dirty. That is not head and heart alignment. Duty. Sounds about as much fun as birthday sex. I'm judging. Well, I guess I am. That would make me so sad. If yeah, I'd rather have none, thanks, than oh, it's a birthday. Ugh, that's just the worst. Okay, I don't even know why that's coming up. If that is somebody's relationship, I am sorry. Okay, let's get to your guys' questions. I'll get some advice. Go ahead and put in the comment box there. Um, if you have a specific question, I'm happy to pull that for you. I want to use I pulled out the special Guardian of the Night deck to answer your questions today. I've got Monica's fun Listen Bitch deck, and I've got the Love Oracle and Clarifying Life Situations. So, but I'll pull a animal card. So, if there's certain animals for you that maybe you saw on your last nature walk, or it could say what you might be seeing here in the future, but I'll answer your questions with those. And let me see if I can get any I want to use here. What's the ascension lesson here, Spirit, for everyone? What is the ascension lesson here in all this? Okay. Ooh. Oh, Kundalini activation, Knight of Wands much there. Master Alchemist, Magician. Okay, and I talked about that as well in the temperance energy, the violet flame activation. That would be on a 6 day. Anytime you see my notes and it's a 6 day, we only go up to 9. And I'm not making it up. Increase your frequency, higher consciousness awareness. We all have this violet flame inside the pineal gland when we meditate. No wonder that message was so important. We've got to clear karma here. It goes from a 5 to a 6. I like that. By alchemizing that lead into gold, the pain into wisdom, but not only wisdom, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, the action following through the hard part and turn in our body. This is the truth. We're regretting here what has come to pass. That's over though. 5 of Cups can be just patterns that Five of Cups energy has happened for a long time, even if we didn't realize something like, oh, I don't think that it's selfish to be happy, but did you watch self-sacrifice all your life and think that was normal? And then just sacrifice yourself for someone else in however many relationships because it was normalized. Not bad people. Sure you're not. Point blank. False twin flame, guys. This is the Phoenix rising, intense change, all the double fives, the 55s, the diving into a task, 5 change supported by spirit, 0. These are important though. Those false twin flames are important because they teach us these things. We agreed with that soul to come to this decision point. And it's just time. Shift or be shifted. What I said, I don't want to go kicking and screaming. How about y'all? How about y'all? Okay. That's our advice here. This is what's happening. This is the Ascension deck. The second you follow that passion and increase your frequency, 9 of Cups, fulfillment and matched vibration. It's going to say no to that. It comes fast. Life will come at you fast. This is going to come a lot faster. It's a lot easier than you think it is. 6 of Cups here on the bottom. Past energies. Elephants never forget anything. Whew, that's something. I'm ready to read a different reading. How about you guys? There's Miss Diana. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the first star, or not star, the hearts I see. It's on a geriatric overseas. Yeah, oh yeah, I know, Judy. It's what is that? Like, quit crying, I'll give you something to cry about. You're not allowed to have your feelings, right? We learn to stuff our feelings down, but I'll guarantee you they did too. Parents learned that. Children are to be seen, not heard. They weren't seen either. They didn't know how to see us. Not about blame. It's just about that was just the culture. Okay. Nobody's evil here. 7 of Wands again. Looks like I'm starting with yeah, sorry, got caught up in there. I think I saw Crystal's there first with her purple heart. All right, it's gonna be a mess, so we're just gonna go right on top of them. Lover's energy there in this deck. This is the dance of the scorpions. And scorpions, if they do not like the dance that the masculine scorpion does, then she kills him. So don't be doing that. If they don't dance well, you can teach them. All right, advice here for Miss Crystal, please and thank you. Crystal, were you here when I was talking about filing for my passport? Hopefully end of the year here. Looks like we got Crystal, then Miss Kath. Oh boy, Monica, what's Kaylee want to buy there? We gotta relearn it, Judy. I know. We gotta relearn. It's when every time we hear ourselves even saying something, it's like pausing in that moment. It took me a whole entire year. I was like, I'm not negative. I always think good thoughts. No, you don't. It's habitual and you just don't realize you're doing it. I think you would shock the crap out of yourself if you actually started noting it, whether it's on sticky notes or on your phone. Okay, there's Crystal. We got 2 here for you. Justice energy on the bottom, input, output. And we've got Seven of Pentacles. That was in reverse. So it's like the waiting is over, smoke breaks over. And then the Nine of Pentacles again in our near future energy. It's like you can't, yeah, the waiting is over. You're wherever financial position you are at, or your time, your energy resources. It's like a renewal of that energy. If you've felt bored and having to weave all of these webs of these pentacles, and we haven't seen a return on that investment, it's coming here. Okay, justice. Your return on your investment is going to come back to you. Okay, Miss Crystal. I don't know if that is anything to do with anything legal, but justice energy can be. It's just fairness balancing out, right? Input, output. All right, Miss Kathy. The waiting is over. So if you've been waiting on something too, don't wait anymore. Don't wait any longer. Oh, okay, that was cool. Kathy, spiritual enlightenment, the hanged man, Pisces energy. This aha moment may come on a 3-day. Next 3-day is, let's see, today's an 8-day, Friday's 9, Saturday, Sunday, 1, 2. This would be Monday, maybe some kind of information. This is also, we've got to be an active participant. If you put yourself in the hermit energy, or if you feel like you resonated with that part of like, yeah, I just been doing some self-examination, might be time to come out of the tree of life here. Yeah, putting down some kind of burden that you've been putting off or carrying for a long time. It's time to come out of the tree of life. You already got your enlightenment, you already know what to do. And now it's just turning that into an ace, right? Using your Empress energy that is here for you. 10 of Wands. I mentioned the outside of the Led Zepp 4 album, and then the Hermit's on the inside of that same album. So I always reference back to the Stairway to Heaven song. Okay. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. That's what's got you in your head, what's got us all tripped up. It's time to set that down now because the cost is too high. This is not, whatever this is not yours to carry. It has already brought you the enlightenment, or the lesson has already been taught. If you guys have ever, I heard Baddison this morning. It was on when I woke up. I was like, that is a great way to explain. Once I've said it a lot. Like once we've learned the lesson, it's time to move on to the next one, or else we don't want to have to go through that whole fool's journey or hero's journey again. She equated it, and I'm always talking about the elements, or each cups, swords, right? Pentacles and wands as the freshman through the senior of the class. And she said, once you've learned a lesson, it's kind of like you went through all 4 years of high school and then you hung out another 8 years. Like, why? You're not learning anything new. You're not growing. It's time to set that down. You've already learned. Someone's kind of been riding on your back. But this bull never gets anything in return. That bird's always going, oh, there you are. I know I can ride on you. Thank you for the ride. You don't get paid. There's some burden here that you've been carrying, what I'd say, a long time. Knight of Pentacles. Maybe we felt a bit stubborn and didn't think we could put it down. But him sniffing this pentacle says that there's some other resource that you hadn't thought of, or that could help you set this down, especially if there's any kind of guilt with your own happiness, um, because energy has to be exchanged. We have to spend money to make money. We don't hoard it like the Four of Pentacles because energy flow stops, right? Got to keep that energy moving. And energy is not moving if we're always being the giver. That's what's there. It's not easy swimming upstream. Some are gonna make it, some aren't, but this one is you've been swimming upstream against the tide for way too long is what that feels like there, Miss Kath. Whatever situation that is for you, I don't know. But I hope that helped you with understanding the energy or understanding there's some kind of resource that you're not aware exists. Okay. I hope that helps. All right. Okay. Oh, I wanted to get, before I get too far in, I'm going to scoot back. Kathy, and then I'll get Crystal. So, Kathy, we need a laugh here. All right. And I just said Kathy and Crystal. So, Kathy's on top. Listen, bitch, no one else is dwelling on your mistakes. Move the F on. And there's a little hornet there, like life stings. It stings when other people aren't reciprocal in their energy. You can't just let that keep taking. There's some kind of resource that you haven't thought of that helps you release whatever this burden is. Back to Crystal, your opinions aren't tattoos. You can change them anytime. And there's that snake of transformation. You're shedding an old skin. The waiting is over. Okay. All right. Let me scroll down here to see who we have up next. Guidance for new career and relationships. Go, Diana, go. Absolutely. Let's look at what we got here. And my deck is upside down, so I'll make sure that I flip it back around. Just keep getting John Lennon starting over in my head. Why don't we take off alone? There was an owl, King of Swords, in our querent position today. It was in the asteroids that I posted. Yeah, prosperity, the volcanoes erupting, releasing emotional blocks. That's definitely there. But there was an owl. I know there was an owl somewhere in the orangutan. I know I saw an owl. Maybe it's coming up. Um, keep an eye on my notes because I feel like that's going to be a tie to this job opportunity here. And I just noticed one of these trees that are white and they kind of shed their bark. I have a painting of one that I made. I forget what they're called, but that there's a spiritual significance to those. I think it's a birch, to those type of trees. As long as this is based on your truth, this is a king of the jungle. He's at the top of the food chain, seven swords. We saw near future. Take what you've learned, leave behind. You can't carry all of that with you. And maybe even this is stepping into something new with the new beginning of the crescent waxing moon. That's a new start, a new truth, a new beginning. I like that. To be king of the jungle here, much. Okay. The chariot. Yeah, you're moving. Um, Chariot energy, your head and heart need to be aligned with that. Oh, there's my fun capybara, Crystal. We don't have those here except at the zoo. And I was just saying, maybe you don't get to take all of everything that you've learned to this new thing. But what's funny about the capybara is, yeah, he carries animals on his back too, like we saw with the Six of Pentacles, except he also he takes payment. He gets to talk to that cardinal. He plays and frolics with the other animals. Very very happy, joyful. This makes you feel young at heart here with this Page of Cups. And look at that, another new beginning crescent waxing. So on the 22nd, we've been seeing that 22 come up over and over again, you guys. That could be coming with this new start, new moon. It'll stay in that blacked out state for a couple days, and then the light of the moon starts turning on. So this could be coming up as soon as next week, because these are sand dollars. And even though it's cups, they're denoting money and prosperity. There's also, you might want to check out the spiritual significance of Japanese cherry blossoms. And I don't know if that's what this is or not, but to me, it looked like a frog in a cup. Because if we are doing kind of the same thing in the past before, it's like we didn't even notice that the temperature was getting hot. We didn't know we were boiling. This is like time to leap out of that old and into something more new and fun. Okay, this is something fun, more fast paced. Fixed air here. That would be Aquarius, Aquarius again, Cancer energy, a mix of head and heart. This is a balance of head and heart. I wouldn't settle for anything that was the same as what you've done before, because this is going to have, there's like new friends to be had. There's new skills that you get to pull out. There's money when you're having fun, if it's in a place of joy. This is not something that you've done before. You can't take, you have so many skills. This is like saying you can't possibly take all of that and put it into another job. This is something different, but you can still be the top of the food chain. But this time it gets to be alignment of head and heart. That's how you know which one is the right one. It's going to feel like an immediate yes. These are both yes cards, and King, top of the food chain. There might be other people that might be upset about it, thinking they were the top of the food chain, but don't care. It's something very joyful. See if I can get anything else there for you. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, not anything of the past. It's not anything about lack. You don't have to work your ass off. There's the owl again. So wisdom, two owls. Look for that. They're either on my written notes or I take a picture of the table. I know I saw an owl coming up on one of the symbols here soon. This could be as soon as next week. Okay. Um, this is not something of the past, because the past, um, those worms that make those sacks in the trees, right? It kills the tree slowly. This would just kill your spirit again slowly if you did the same exact thing. You get to use not all of your skills, but most of your skills. Still be the king of the jungle. It has to be aligned in head and heart. Okay. That's how you know. It'll feel like your instant truth. It'll just feel like you. It won't feel like anything um, in the past. Okay. New knowledge, new wisdom. You can apply it in a different way. Okay. Let me see if I can get any last one thing here for you, since I got the girls their listen cards. Meadow of moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. This is a lot easier. Uh, it's not, it'll just fester, like it'll still turn into the same thing as before. You don't want to do that same exact thing. And love wise, the other side of that card says happiness is simple. Dark days are over, chariot that you got there. It's not going to be the first thing that you might choose. It might be the second thing. That's the side message. You're my favorite. Okay, so this sounds like somebody that already knows you here. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share. You're my person. No one compares to you. Well, Sinead, uh, written by Prince, but still, no matter how many people I've met and experiences I have, there's no one who compares to you. So this person has been in your circle of energy before. Okay. I hope that helps you, girl. All right, let's see who's next up here. Miss Judy. Jude, is your have you like your case? I think you probably would have told me if you got any kind of final thing there. But let's see what's going on for Judy Jude here. And thank you, Diana, for that way I was a little able to get a little more specific for you since you had your question in there. Otherwise, I'll just pull a general and go with what I get. Okay, Miss Judy Jude, uncross, cross, wires crisscrossed. Judy Jude, what does Judy need to know, please? And thank you, Spirit, for her best and highest good. Strength, balance, taming our inner beast. Okay. Um, and this is like, yep, snakes gotta eat. They're gonna, of course, get their meal here. But then it's like, well, a mouse is very curious. They're going to make it out of tough times, right? They're going to be the ones that figure out how to get themselves out of situation. But an eight of strength is mind and heart balance. It's also, if you're a life path eight, um, life path eights, it's pretty rough because until they go their whole lives searching for monetary abundance outside of themselves. And the secret is that if I'm abundant inside, again, micro attracts the macro, then the pentacles, then the opportunities fall from the sky. Transformation here, there's some it's funny that I said click your red heels because these are like little what are the opium flowers? What are those called? Poppies under some kind of a poppies in your heart, like not like a sleep in the heart. Got it. Thank you, Spirit. There's strength in surrender. The mouse is not weak when compared to the snake. The snake knows how to transform it, eats change for breakfast, right? But also, there's a beautiful surrender here into we had Empress crossing or fueling the world card energy. Um, there is strength in the Empress. She calls in. She doesn't chase the pentacles. She doesn't chase people. She doesn't do nothing except there's one deck I have where she's like all schlumpadinka in her chair. And I was like, that doesn't look like an Empress card. It's my Barbie ideal. No, because the Empress manifests everything. She's relaxed because she's in that chair pulling everything to her. So this is our thoughts, and I can definitely relate to you were never, if you were never able to feel your feelings, then we have to learn that. And that could even just be just with yourself and journaling. Get it out of your body. Okay. That's the first way to start working on any of the way the heart's been asleep at the wheel in any way. I don't know that you've ever seen strength and surrender. You just seen it as like, oh, snake's gonna beat the mouse every time. Oh, it's the mouse who's gonna outlive everyone because they know how to survive. They know how to thrive in terrible conditions. Queen of Pentacles, love it. Pre-Empress energy, and we had that come out in the environment. Here's the rabbit of luck, Jupiter. Now is a lucky time, right? Especially in the water portions of our chart. We've got to use that feminine yin, okay? Understanding and knowing that you're the queen is the first step to calling in the king without, or another queen, whatever, or other people listening. Um, call it to you. And there's another little butterfly here of transformation. And an apple. I've never noticed that before. It's like, I know it's a moon, but it looks like I just got the image of an apple. Maybe it'll be sitting on a table somewhere. Maybe it's a day you take an apple in your lunch. Maybe it's just a piece of knowledge. Maybe that's hearing this today. Maybe getting that out physically. Queen of Pentacles, tangible, tactile. Write it down, get it out your body, shed that old skin, those old thought patterns, because I'll guarantee you, you didn't even know you were having them. Yeah, you got to walk away from those old emotions that told you weren't allowed to have emotion, share your feelings, or that you should be seen and not heard, or not seen and not heard. You queen, baby. Sing. You've already learned this. You're the queen. You're the senior of the school here. Empress energy, the fox. That's how you outsmart your own self and change your own patterns here, thought patterns. We have to stop the synapse from firing down that neural pathway when we're doing it. That's how we break. Yep. Get it. You're squeezy for you. That's how we're doing that. Daffodils. I posted about spiritual meaning of daffodils on one of my previous graphics. Okay. Anything about love? That's true. Missing you in reverse. Maybe you're happy to be. Um, didn't you get out? Outgrowing. You outgrew something before, so maybe there's some kind of somebody else is wishing things were different, or you're like, I probably should miss them. That maybe I don't. You don't have to feel guilty about that. If the lesson's done, it's done. Can still wish things were different. Release and let go of those emotions, so out of your body. Okay. Anything else for Judy? Big old mountain, mountain of mastery. Ascend toward self-realization. What I just said here, and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the mastery mountain pathway. I feel like you're off to the races as soon as you start picking up like things you just didn't notice before. Things you didn't notice before. It could be as simple as stopping our I never thought patterns, or noticing what we're afraid of, and just even, okay, I wasn't allowed to be seen or heard or share my feelings. I got to work on learning how to share my feelings. And that is with a trusted friend. I know you go out with friends, go to concerts. We have family that we choose with our besties. That is the best place to start practicing your vulnerability. Okay. Yeah, you a badass, but we gotta not forget the Empress and the Yin energy of the heart. You don't get bottom of that mountain environmental energy, back to the meadow of moments. Simplicity. Simplicity. Okay. I hope that helps you, Miss Judy. Miss Miranda with the green heart. You is a fine girl. I know you know it. Oh my gosh, what did you say? You were working on maybe a carburetor, like that's the only car part I know. You could work engine, spark plugs, oil change while she had her makeup and jewelry on still. You're so cool. Woo! Okay, Miss Brandy. No question, but that's okay. 10 of Wands. Again, we've been swimming upstream, something going through something pretty difficult there. And it's time to go with the flow, not against it, because your star is here. I mentioned that there's today is a star energy frequency, and maybe something in one of those songs yesterday will be a further clue. There's a cardinal bringing a message here, and for me, whenever I see a rack on a deer, that is ancestor vibes for me. It's all about trusting and listening for the messages of the ancestors. The priestess letting you look. Yeah. You getting a download about an actual Ace of Wands here that's coming in, that spark of creativity. Did I say spark plugs? Maybe that was for a reason, but this idea flaps on. It's downloaded to you though. High priestess energy. You might want to look up, like bats are really cool. They can see in the dark. If whatever burden this was, if, for example, somebody was trying to pull the wool over your eyes, like, no, it's this way. This is how this is the easier path, or it's someone going the opposite direction than they're supposed to go, but you think something has to be hard in order for it to be valuable. That is not the case. Again, we come back to 17 and 8 energy is the path of vulnerability. And I wrote down for tonight's square, it's not a challenging square. It's actually coming in for us. Where did I put it here? It's coming in for us as reconciliation, something that works out. And that's with 25 Libra Sun, that leaf that we saw come through on water. Again, feelings, vulnerability. This is about claiming the spotlight, getting ready to shine in some way. I feel like either this has been coming, or this is a new download that you get from an ancestor that is trying to show you the way, that you don't have to swim against the current, that you can ride the tide. But something about spark, I mean, like I said, even my silly things come out in the cards somehow. Something about seeing in the dark. Queen of Swords, discernment. Yeah. Um, you're making this decision here. It's like someone they're going against, but maybe that's behind your back. Maybe they riding dirty, and you're like, oh, I see everything, child. I see everything. Let me see if I can get any more details for you. It feels a little bit, again, without the context. I do my best. Give me some more guidance here for Miss Brandy on what this spark will be, what this burden that's being set down, and what is the healing star that is leap with faith, claiming the spotlight. Do you deflect compliments? I mean, I don't know. Don't do that. Don't poo-poo the love that's coming your way. Just say, thank you, how sweet of you, or how kind. That's really nice. But we learned to wield it. We learned to deflect compliments. Someone says, "Oh, I like your fill in the blank," and we're like, "Oh, well, no, I got to get it done still. Hair." I mean, I still catch myself doing that, but it's like, again, healing our own happiness, or like deflecting compliments. That deflects the energy, right? And we tell the universe we don't want that when you absolutely deserve it. Thank you. Pathfinder. Oh my gosh. Trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love and career, revealing the direction your soul wishes to explore. The new direction won't be hard. Okay. And maybe that was an underlying belief. Oh, you work hard, you got to put all the time and well, if you're in your joy, then the pentacles fall from the sky. If you focus on the cups this way, you'll know it. You'll be able to navigate it in the dark. It'll feel like a yes. Look at that. And almost there. Persist with faith, for you are on the brink of a breakthrough. 10 of Wands. You almost there to the ace. Your efforts are about to bear fruit. What I say? Might be a fruit bat. You never know. I hope that helps you, Brandy. I would also look up the spiritual meaning of salmon. There's some daisies here, which is more, I thought I saw sunflowers, but I think that was on Judy's card. That's fire energy. I don't know what daisies signify off the top of my head, but I would check out those signs and symbols. Maybe this opportunity comes at nighttime, or maybe you're driving at night on this new path, and it just is like you're like wouldn't normally look down that way, but something tells you to turn your head, and at that moment you see a for sale sign, or you see place that you can like a small shop that you can put your wares in the window and rent some time there. There's always another easier, smoother, okay, whatever that is. All right. Okay. She knows me. She knows I get there eventually. All right. After Miss Brandy, we have Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, best and highest good on the split, making that final judgment call. This is inevitable. We've got to shed the old way because we don't want to, without our situation is something that's supposed to be 21. We're supposed to be ending a cycle. And if we don't make a judgment call, we get put back to 0 at the start. 3 of Wands, a new way of manifesting. Okay. And he's bringing the stick to her. Okay. Be pursued. Okay. Let them do it. Like, what are their actions showing you? As the bird just telling you they're going to make the nest, or are they actually bringing you evidence that they're building the nest? That was random. Okay. 9 of Cups, that came in our outcome. So peacock yourself, strut your stuff, and your wish fulfillment does not mean somebody else gets less. Okay. I feel like you're not allowing yourself to shine here as much as you should. Again, not accepting compliments. We learned that it wasn't polite. Okay, 99. Yeah. You need the cycle that the door is open for this cycle to be Crocodile Dundee. You've already learned the lesson. You don't need to stay 8 more years when you've already done your 4. Okay, there's no reason. It doesn't matter if you still have friends that go there or hang out there. Why are we 8 years older with our circle of friends? This is like done been time here. You already, there's the Hierophant. You already learned the lesson. Here's the key. We had 2 keys come out on the water signs. 1 key was just off of the water symbol. 1 key you already have, and there's 1 little piece you're missing. And in this deck, this mouse is carrying on the family business, and that's not who he is. It's not what he wants to do. There's some kind of business we're carrying on. Doesn't feel good either. Another 9. Look at that. 999, girl. Crocodile Dundee. Okay. Get that 21 energy done. Something needs to be closed out. This is an old lesson. Look at all the cobwebs. Okay. You already learned this. I don't want you, whatever this is, I don't want you to go through it again. 999. We done. Okay. No more nightmares, and 2 more crescent moons, new beginnings here. I think Diana had 2 as well. 22, the 22nd is the new moon just next week. New moon in Libra. Balance. Okay. What about some lovin's? Okay. It's simple, really. How do you feel? Okay. I want you, us forever. Um, and then see, the high school example. You feel like home. It's came out in reverse. These aren't read in reverse, but I still take that note. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and peace. There's other people that are going to feel like home, and we don't have to be 8 years older than everybody else in the school and more mature. So I feel like your energy has been a higher vibration for a while here. We've already learned that we're still lingering. Okay. Okay. Been dreaming about you in my dreams. What is the love you wish to have? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Any other messages here? This is like an expectation. You don't have to do what's always been done. Okay. On the mind. And it's a red heart. Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. This is not where the future is. Okay. Seize every minute. Forward focus. Embrace each moment with purpose, for time is a precious gift on your journey of self discovery. Yeah, this has held you back. You got to be your old self and have a good time with whatever that, say it's an old house and you're moving, just for an example, right? That house has all its stories to tell, but you've outgrown the space. Okay, whatever this was, the 999, we've outgrown the space. It's the clock's ticking for all of us, right? And if I've learned anything, unfortunately, in the way that I've learned it this year, is take those chances. Life is too short. What would you regret more, not trying? Or, I mean, what is the worst part of the regret? I can guarantee you it's not going to be, I wish I worked more hours. I wish I made more money. None of that. It's, I wish I would allow myself to be loved the way that I love and deserve to be. This old, I don't like it. I hope just got like an ick for some reason. That's what all the kids are saying now. Oh, if they give you the ick, that that old web, gotta go right on through it. Okay, it's held you fast here. Okay, but it's an old way of being. It's an old identity. You're a whole ass other person now than you were all those years ago here in that example. Okay. Um, and I don't think you see your greatness or your beauty yet. How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel in partnership? You don't see the beauty that you have. There's some guilt over your own happiness for some reason. Okay. The dark days are over. Let's get that head and heart aligned. Uh, you'll feel what feels antiquated and like you should be doing, and take that new key into that new house, into that new dream, whatever it is. It's time new. Turn the page. Okay. All right. I feel like we need a reading soon, Jennifer. Girl. Oh, I just opened up that right to the Empress there. You don't see your beauty. Okay. You're beautiful. Miss Peg Purple. Miss Peggy sis. Were you guys here when we were talking about that Pegasus charm that came out? And she said, oh, there's that Scorpio energy. Don't bite their head off. Uh, She said she used to be called Pegasus in school. And then afterwards, maybe it was even this morning, I was like, oh, Pegasus. Chariot energy again there, justice energy again, same themes as the reading guys. And I just heard, I don't even know what band that is, loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. I didn't listen to hair bands. I listened to smooth R&B. Just did. Hey, Miss Peg. Queen of Cups. I know your Cancer rising. There you is. Taking that deeper dive into a task, the Wheel of Fortune, a change coming here. Two of Cups, balanced energy coming in, but this is a Two of Cups, guys. The reason I don't really make as much big a deal of that as I do a Six of Cups. Yeah, we've got elephants here, but literally it's just an exchange of energy of someone that matches yours. It can be a neighbor. It can be a best friend. It can be a sibling. It can be anything that matches your vibration. Someone you enjoy spending time with. But Two of Cups is like, yeah, I want what you want. Okay. And then there's a tower in that sharing of energy. There's Leo, the lion, is up here on a Two of Cups. We've got two snakes of health here. That looks like the medicinal symbol. See if there's anything in the environment. Give me more of a clue here. Something that's been on pause. Those songs yesterday. Yesterday was Tower and Chariot. Something in one of those. Okay. Under Hanged Man, Nine of Pentacles. You're all right in your own right. There's something new here coming. Okay. So this is an interesting there's your Jupiter and Cancer right now. Utilize that energy because what had happened was in this story, the wolf was chasing the rabbit, and the rabbit was smart enough to run out onto the ice because the ice is going to carry his weight, but the wolf steps on the same ice and it starts to crack. So it becomes dangerous. Now they're both kind of threatened to be pulled under. So either that wolf's going to have to back off or you're going to have to get the hell out of Dodge. So it can be a good tower, or this feels like someone else is causing this here. Whatever's been on pause. It's been like this for a while. And the environment, it's like playing, possum playing dead, asleep at the wheel here, Nine of Pentacles in my cave, just napping, sleeping, napping, playing dead. There's you. Why the Two of Cups? The Two of Cups is I mean, again, that can be anything. If that was a love situation, it better be more than a effing Two of Cups, is what I'm saying. It better be more than that. This is not like long-term, deep, enduring love here. And I keep getting pulled to the snakes in this lion. There is the flowers that grow up from the L grow up from the mud and only unfold one petal at a time. But this is a fully open lotus and it's still only at a Two of Cups. Make no sense. 2 and a 7 is another 9. Whatever's been asleep at the wheel or playing dead, you got to dive deeper into why this would still be 2 of cups and what is facing you here. It's not as smart as you, and they're endangering both of you here. See if I can get anything more on. See if I can try. I'll try to dig. Walking unscathed. Yeah, you get the hell out of Dodge. You'll be all right. You were fortunate. A trap was laid. What did I say? Um, your wisdom kept you from falling into it. This rabbit outsmarted whatever was chasing them. So it's like, okay, you let that tower fall on your head. I'm faster than you, so bye. Use this Jupiter time. Wow. Okay. Why did I shuffle that back in? That's all right. Numbers are all over the place in the shuffle. Fully immersed. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to see it. Okay. Right. How this queen knows where the food is. You have to dive deep to get to the best fish. Yeah, this is someone else that's not as smart as you, um, causing this ice to crack, but you're gonna be all right. I mean, that 2 of cups is really should be farther along for a queen. Just okay. Neighbor, thanks. Since you got my mail while I was away on vacation, I'll get yours while you're on. I mean, that's the 2 of cups. It can be as simple as that. It's just an exchange of, oh, okay, paysy backsies. But it's something to do with the snakes in these medicinal snakes in that Leo balance. In an imbalance of the snakes, where as many petals have unfolded here, it should be more than a 2 of cups. I hope that makes sense. I had to let that one go. You'll outsmart it. Um, that was, I think, just sitting on the top there. You feel like home. Again, that comfortableness, guys, is so alluring. It really is. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. Uh, you're smarter than this. You're going to run from whatever tower's going to go, but come into that pink over there. You get to find you. You get to find your heart's home again by diving deeper. You get to go deeper than you have been. That took a second. I hope that makes sense, Peg. I was trying. Woo! Guys, without context, like I said, I'll do my best to get in there like swimwear for you. Do my best. All right, I think we're heading down to the okay, Kayla, how can you fortify a more uh connection? Got it. Okay, like that. That is a great question. It's an awesome question. That's even something like to write that question out with your right hand and answer it with your left. Like after a few minutes of meditation or right when you get back from a walk, you're always going on those little adventures and I know you're out in nature. All right. Fortifying a deeper connection. Advice for Kaylee, please. Okay. Confidence and self here. Nine of Cups in reverse. So, got to be fulfilled within your own self. You've got to feel like I want to shake my own tail feather here, and you just ain't feeling exalted. Harriet, I just said you're always going on your adventures. Head and heart have to be aligned. Page of Pentacles, you got your hands all in a whole bunch of different interests. Like, but there's one that you're really, really good at that'll help you shine here. Getting a lot of these new beginnings here of the crescent moons after the 22nd. Getting an ear squeezy there after the 22nd. What else for Kaylee? Yeah, alignment. I've had it just didn't feel good. Like you don't feel your normal peacock self. And you the damn empress. It's gonna take some more cunning here. Wit. And the daffodils. Transformation there of that yellow butterfly. Yeah. But what are they doing for you though? Oh, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna get us a nest, and I'm gonna build us this big old nest, and we can have 50 birds in there if we want to. And she's sitting there like the empress. Okay, show me first. Show me an example. Because he either wasn't bringing any sticks before, or he was bringing shit sticks. She's met me. Yeah, taking advantage. Honey, someone's been riding you. Yep, that's this side. Right ear beep. I already had a left ear squeezy. You got other things to contend with here. Proof is in the pudding. Um, see what it brings you first. Like you've got to actually see the action here. Um, not just someone super comfortable riding on your coattails, okay? Gonna get you one of these. Oh no, I want the Monica's. All right. What does Kaylee need to know here? How can she get her peacock? How can she shake her tail feather here? Why was her tail feather in reverse? Brown bear, the things that you say to yourself matter. Be kind, not seeing yourself as the peacock that you are. She's got a little baby fox there too. Oh, and then there's two. Ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. And there's your damn leaf. I don't know if you were here when I said you found that single leaf after we pulled the one leaf charm on the cups. It's the one leaf missing, which, there's the other person with you. You can be totally happy by yourself. I mean, you're not feeling yourself, even though you're the Empress energy here. But I don't think it can happen while this bird is taking advantage of riding the ride and not paying with sticks. You're not paying with sticks. That thing you're self-conscious about is what makes you light the fucking room up. What I say? Turn those. You gotta shake your tail feather again. Get out. Go out with some friends. You need to have some fun. Shake off the ick. factor. Cannot change any other person. Okay. Again, that's just when we're trying to wait for the other person to change so we can be okay. That's learned. That's codependency. We just saw people sacrifice. That's just what you do in a marriage. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Ghosted in reverse. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. I was wondering with that chariot because you weren't feeling good there. So this time you're not just running from what doesn't feel good. You're like standing in your empress power and saying, "Show me an example first of why I should." Proof's in the pudding. I would want proof. Wow. Run away on the bottom. Didn't you get it last time? One of you guys did. Someone wants to pack a bag and just meet you in Hawaii, but that's we can't spiritual bypass the lesson or else it just comes back again. And we want to be done with this one because that doesn't feel very nice, honey. It doesn't feel like your energy. I was like, that's not reverse. That's not Kaylee. But if that's the way you've been feeling, sorry. Ugh. What's John Mayer? Waiting on the world to change. I don't even know what that song's about. Waiting on the world to change. I don't want to complete this cycle because I think they could complete a cycle. I don't know. You have to look up those lyrics. I'm not too familiar with that song. Waiting on the world to change. No, we can't. Waiting only gets us old. Yeah. Time moves and so do our wrinkles down our face. Oh, all right. Let me see who's still here. Thank you guys so much. I got Brandy, Jennifer, Miss Peggy. I got Diana, Crystal, Kaylee. Um, okay, I wish I knew what you guys were laughing at as it was happening, but I'd be in the zone. An important meeting for Miss Marcia. Salte Mama. All right. We're waiting on the world to change. Like maybe that flows over to yours as well. There's a victory wreath up here, lightning bugs lighting up, and also this cricket is leaping into something new and away from jealousy, strife, competition. 5 of Wands. It's such a childish energy, um, just like Polly Pitsy Pants for the sake of being Polly Pissy Pants. Okay. There's a crab ass around you. So I didn't even hardly get to shuffle, but okay. Yeah, so it should be more than a 2 of Cups here. There's a 10 of Cups on the outside Wheel of Fortune. That was the Querent's energy coming in here. What is changing? A 2 of Cups. And we get to progress into a much more meaningful 10 of Cups. Which one would you rather have, 2 or 10? 10? Something about driving. Well, I mean, obviously, Chariot, head and heart alignment. More owls again about transformation. And what's really cool about this 10 of Cups is like every single animal is there in pairs, like they all find and meet up with their pair. Something stop at a 2 of Cups and now it's jumping to a 10. Let's see. This is an old way. You saw how much we've been shuffling. I don't know if you saw this is what they've been taught was, oh, you're going to take over the family business, but the key is not this business. It's a key you don't know or you haven't seen. You don't have to carry on this tradition because in this deck, the story, this mouse is not happy. He's not a baker. That's just not what brings him joy, makes him happy. So this is about your happiness, and you're so very close there with the 9 of Wands porcupine and the Empress in the background. There is a full moon here, culmination. So again, the strength part is in the receiving, allowing yourself to receive. It doesn't have to be so hard. Okay. Well, then what's this 10 of Cups after you turn this Hierophant down? This is doing what is not expected. Okay. It's not the should. Ooh, balance with the 10 of Cups. Okay. Someone who balances your energy. It might start as a 2 because this is after a change, right? Balanced in your energy attracts, I want what you want, straight up into 10 of Cups. Dang. But it does require saying no to some kind of expectation. My whole deck, nope, just that card. It is 7 of Swords in reverse. You don't have to be the top of the food chain in this one. It's just about the communication, which is more fun. It's not the work of, like, if you're at the top, there's nowhere else to go, right? You want to be in a place of joy here, but I got love coming in. It escalates quickly. Maybe this new opportunity, reliving something up, but yeah, this is 8 of Wands. No more waiting. 7 of Pentacles in this something old that has the Black Widow, right? This is about surrendering of the full moon, tapping into your yin. You don't have to be the king of the jungle here. This is tapping, you get to be in a feminine energy with this new balanced energy, this new balance, karma paying off, input, output. Yeah, this is like an old, oh, I should be doing this. I should be the breadwinner. I should carry on the family business. I don't think so. I think, yeah. uh, what's done is done here, and those old brambles. Is one of these webs going to bring any fruition? It's the one where you get to have more fun and where you are allowed to bring in your yin energy, and this is not just expected of you. Can I get something for the job in particular? I mean, I know a lot of us wear the pants in our families. This is like, it's an expectation. It's like, I want to be the, like, freaking tired. I want to, it jumps clear up. It feels so much better to be with partnered up here with the energetic match. You don't have to be the king and the queen. You get to just be the empress energy. Victory. Okay, so I was trying to focus specifically on the opportunity, and we've got, and I noted that there with the victory wreath. That was at the top of the card just earlier. Forget what that was. 4 of Cups, victory, and whatever has been kind of suppressing your uniqueness underground. I forget what these guys are called, but it's illegal to poach them, but of course, assholes still do. But there's money here with the sand dollars. This is about uncovering your uniqueness. It's not as much work when you get to just be in flow and not have to be the boss. Like somebody's seeing your uniqueness. Yeah. I can't get away from the Cups of the Wands. Peace, ease, not getting caught up in a web. On the top of the stick here, again, a full moon. That's about release and letting go. Yin energy, 3 full moons, honey. Whatever this new direction is, you don't have to have the pants on all the time. You don't have to always make sure everything's okay. You don't always have to watch over the whole entire fucking kingdom. You get to spread your wings and fly. It feels like I just feel like their pressure just came right off of my chest. Whatever that means for you, but it's like finally somebody sees. It just feels so fucking nice. I don't know if that helps you with the work thing or not. That's what came out, okay? It's like making me a little teary. It's beautiful. Wow. Starting as a 2 and catapults up to a 10. Sign me up for that. Yes, please. All with this change. It's what's you guys are coming in as Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords. It's just that other edge of the sword, right? I know. I know. Okay. Things you're getting from it, Crystal, you did? Okay, good. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Diana. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I think I got everybody. Just making sure, making sure. Thank you guys for those of you who are still hanging around. How can you fortify? Honey, you can't fortify a more meaningful connection. It's trying to, uh, again, force a situation to be fortified. When you are fortified, um, and the energy around you is not anyone world, it's the cycle that needs to come to an end here. Someone that you love in the 10 of cups that you know and loves you too, but we don't need to be staying 8 years after high school, right? When we already did our 4. This is bringing the sword of truth and Queen of Swords discernment. Could even be during Libra time, which is not much longer. Underneath the world, Page of Wands, throwing caution to the wind. And we've got loyalty here, but I feel like that's a you've discovered loyalty to self and truth. Fun, again, same if we need to have fun. It's having fun again, light energy. There's that victory I was seeing, and the 6 of Wands crowd on Marsha's. Yeah, the victory comes judgment. This was inevitable. Okay, that's very, very karmic. Your souls set up this decision point. Can't make anybody a better partner. They are where they are. That's their lesson to learn. No, you don't want to have to be the Queen of Swords, but this is about you discovering whatever will be behind you. The universe is going to help you with making that because your light's being held back. You can't shine till you're not in that. It's like you're down under the well there. 3 full moons, just like so that's 33, just like Marsha had 3 full moons. You got 3 full moons and a new beginning crescent moon here once you discover this is you finding you again. Okay? Be loyal to self and your whatever that may be. whatever that may be. Okay, doke. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you so, so much for being here. I think I got everybody there. Raise their hand. You're so welcome, Miss Kathy. You're welcome, Miss Judy. Love you too. Thank you, Miss Peg. Have fun. Kisses back to you there, Jennifer. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging on date night. Bye bye for now.